right? I'll tell you, who can be against me. Me, right? I'm the one that's the only one that's really against me. And that self-sabotaging behavior, a lot of it comes from my childhood. Experiences that I had, beliefs that I began to believe at a super young age during those impressionable years before I was probably 5 or 6 years old. But I carried them all the way into my adulthood. In fact, I carried it right into yesterday. And I'm going to give you a little story of something that happened yesterday. I went to my local grocery store, which is called Tom Thumb. Actually, it happened 2 days ago. And I was coming back from a flight lesson. I'm starting to fly small planes again. So I was up with an instructor, and I passed this grocery store that I don't normally go to. But it's the same store brand. It's a Tom Thumb store. So I pulled in the parking lot, and they have an app, right? So I went on the app and I started looking up sale items, right? Because you can save quite a bit of money, right? And they have this thing now. They give you an ad circular, but then there's digital coupons. And to get the ad circular price, you have to go on a digital coupon, and you have to clip it into your little wallet on your phone. And then when you scan it, it deducts it's a lot of work, right? But I can save a lot of money on things that I use, right? Things that I normally purchase, but I can, for one thing, I buy Coke Zero, and normally they're about $6 a 12 pack. Well, they were 3 12 packs for $7, which was like, wow, that's amazing. But several other really good deals like that. Well, I went through the store. I got all the stuff that I wanted. I checked out. And as I was getting in the car, I just looked at the receipt, and I noticed that I only saved $10. Well, I should have saved about $35. So I thought something was up. But you know what? At this point, I was tired. I wanted to get home. I got my car. I drove home. Well, this thing started brewing in my mind. How dare that? What a ripoff. This was, I was so mad that, I had taken all this time to clip these coupons, and I didn't get the sale prices on any of the items that I had clipped. I had purchased some other things that were on sale in the store. I had gotten those discounts, but none of the items that I clipped. Well, a part of me just got furious. I'm gonna take it all back to the store. I had to really calm down. I dwelled on this all day yesterday. And as most of you know, I write my talks like the day before, but I tell you, I was obsessing over the fact that I didn't get my $35 worth of discount. I paid $100 for groceries that should have cost me $75. And you know what? I had to begin to work in my mind to find out what's the message here. What's in this situation for me to learn, right? And I'll tell you, my partner, Ramon, is absolutely amazing when it comes to straightening me out on some long, old, bended, twisted thought patterns that go through my own head. And, the idea is I make plenty of money. I can easily pay full price for the items that I want at the instant that I want them, at the most convenient place to buy them. There is no real reason that I have to shop sale items. And he's tried to help me learn. And this was from my upbringing. There was 3 of us kids, and my parents made pretty good money, but we did a lot of things. And so wherever we could save money, we did, so we could, be able to afford to do a few more things. And I have that imbued in my mind, right? And Ramon is so good about helping me open up to the idea that this is an abundant universe, that I am a prosperous being, and that the universe is capable of providing me with whatever it is I desire. I don't just have to buy things because they're on sale. So I'll come back to that in a second, but Abraham has an amazing story about the gas gauge, right? We don't look at the gas gauge when it's empty and say, what the heck are you doing to me? The nerve you have. I've got a lot to do today. I need gas in my car right now. I resent you for telling me otherwise. We don't do that, right? We like indicators. Our gas gauge is simply an indicator. This situation at this grocery store, it was an indicator, right? Indicators help us define what we're going to do differently now that we're aware of what we really want. Well, what I really want is to know myself as a prosperous being who can buy whatever it is I desire. That the money's in my wallet, spend it on what I desire that's right in front of me, because the flow of circulation will continue to come back to me at the same energy that I put it out. So that sense of ease and flow, that sense of generosity and non-judgment, right? Non-resistance, without the resistance of having to get it a certain way in order to feel happy or prosperous, right? See, the first thing that we do to create this shift is to say thank you. Thank you to the indicator, right? Thank you to that gas gauge that's telling me that there's no gas left in the tank, right? Now I can know the first place I'm going to stop is the gas station. I'm going to fill up my car and I'm going to head on my way. If I didn't, I could get into trouble, right? If I didn't realize that this grocery store experience was an indicator of a pattern going on in me that really doesn't serve me today, it can cause me to really become out of alignment, right? Become all upset about something that has no reason to upset me. So first I say thank you to the indicator. Thank you, law of attraction, for being consistent and showing me when my vibration is off. Thank you for being sensitive to how I feel, right? Because in years gone by, I wouldn't have even noticed this. I would have blamed this on the grocery store. I would have wanted to take it out on the grocery store. And a part of me still creeps up and says, you know what, load all those groceries in your car and just take them back, right? No, I can pay full price, right? I have to take a deep breath. And it's a part of this whole shift that takes place within me as I really begin to embody and embrace it. In the past, I might have raced out of my car and never even looked at the gas gauge, right? Until the low light came on. And if I'm lucky, I might be near a gas station. And if not, I've had times where I've actually even run out of gas, right? And what is that? Simply another indicator of a point of attraction that's going on within me. I would have cursed the situation and kept pushing, feeling like a victim on the side of the road. Thank you, me, because today I can feel it, right? Today I can feel that something was off. You know, something wasn't feeling well within me because of an experience I had. And in that feeling of yuck, I realized I'm the cause. I'm the cause. I'm the cause of that feeling yuck. Today, I can choose to say, what is this about? What is the indication? I have some resistance going on. What do I think it might be about? Well, I shared with you a little bit this idea of if there's something that I really want and the price is a little more than I feel comfortable paying, then I need to wait until I can find it on sale. Well, actually, I need to look at why is it uncomfortable for me to pay that? Because if it's something I really want, it's there for me to have, right? It's always about a shortage of something, either a shortage of money, a shortage of time, a shortage of attention, a shortage of fun, lack of rest, or something. If I watch for the indications of what is really going on, I can get in tune with what the exact nature is. What is the shortage consciousness in me that's causing me to resist the natural flow of good that's always available to me? Generally speaking, I know this is an abundant universe and there is no shortage. Whatever I want can flow to me. And I believe the law of attraction is consistent. So there's some, I actually noticed similar patterns in my life recently. A couple of times I've bought gift cards when they've said, you know, buy 50, get 10 additional dollars or gift cards. I've done that twice now, and both times I've never gotten the $10 extra. So all I ended up doing is getting a gift card. And one time I even lost the gift card. So, you know, part of me says, you know what, relax, you can pay cash for whatever it is you want when you want it, right? And that's kind of the message in this for me. So there's some spiritual principles that help us really begin to decipher what these indications can mean and how to really make the best use of this. When I say spiritual principles, I'm talking about ways of being honest, open-minded, and willing to take a look at myself, willing to examine the situation, compassion, empathy, accepting things as they are, because all they are is an indication. It's a message. It's imbued with intelligence that's trying to help me get clear about what it is I really, really want to experience. Courage, strength, and integrity. The courage to take the change, the courage to step out in a direction I've never stepped into before, the courage to buy things at full price and know that there'll always be more money there, that it's good and it's right for me to have exactly what it is that I want at the instant that I desire to want it in the easiest and most effortless way. Integrity is to, when I say I want to do something, do it, right? When I say I want to change, be the change. When I say I want something different, begin to move towards something different. Discipline and commitment. Moving towards something different requires discipline. It requires a commitment. There's a pattern in me that keeps going back. When I see something on sale, I just want to run down and buy it. No. Maybe if it's a really good deal, there's nothing wrong with getting things on sale, right? Everybody's going to agree with that on that, right? But I don't, when it starts to become something that affects my sense of well-being, now I really need to take a look at that. Faith, trust, and right action. This whole idea of beginning to trust the universe, right? Beginning to trust that all is good because all is God, right? Surrendering the battle to win the war, right? The energy I put out is always the energy I get back, and I get it back multiplied. Asking that question, how is this situation offering me clarity about what I really want? That's the shift from going from, to, I wonder, boom, right there's the shift. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. What I'm looking for, or what I'm looking at, I'm looking with. So when I learn to shift my focus, I begin to shift my experience. And often, what I'm looking at are conditions, but what I can get in tune with is what I know I truly want in my own heart, which often involves my imagination. So beware of stubborn thinking. Our greatest teachers are often the most challenging moments or the most challenging people that are in our situation, right? I have a little saying, no poop, no pony, right? So, stepping into a situation that feels messy or doesn't smell good or doesn't feel good, there's a gift in it if I'm willing to look for it. In fact, there's a priceless gift that the universe is giving me this opportunity to wake up to, right? Pay attention to strange vibes, pay attention to when something feels off because there's a message in it. Again, it's just an indication. This is all about situations of how to give ourselves a break, not make it a big thing. Feeling bad about feeling good, right? Sometimes I know I can get there. Sometimes it's difficult to feel really, really good when I see so many people having such a difficult time in the world, right? But here's some spiritual principles. I can never get sick enough to make sick people well. I can never get unhappy enough to make unhappy people happy. I can never get poor enough to make poor people prosperous, right? The greatest gift I can ever offer to anyone, absolutely, is to be the absolute best version of myself that I can possibly be in every situation. And when I do, it's so easy for me to begin to see the potential of everyone around me. And when I see them from their potential, I naturally create the space for them to move up and into. But when I see them as struggling or unhappy or poor or sick, I'm creating the space down below where they stay right where they're at, right? So that's the power of truly being able to see the good in myself, be the good in myself, and see that good in others. Alignment first. I love this idea of alignment. Aligning myself with the way Source sees me. Source always sees me as capable, intelligent, beautiful, smart, creative, lovable, funny, a genius, valuable, beautiful, right? And to begin to be able to see everything and everyone in my world in that same way, regardless of appearances. It's about being unconditional, right? My happiness is learning to practice that my happiness is not based on conditions, right? I came home from the grocery store. It took me a while to go there, but I had to get to that place where, there's a gift in this. There really, really is. One of them said, you know what? You don't need to drink as much soda. So when these soda cans are gone, just stop buying them for a while, right? Little things like that are things that are waking me up to changes that I can make that can really shift the course of my life. Unconditional happiness, unconditional well-being, unconditional peace, unconditional love. Qualities of being that are based on a feeling, a presence, a power, a life that flows through me, an energy that flows through me, a flow of intelligence that flows through me that is unending, eternal, deathless, birthless, changeless, indestructible, not based on conditions outside of me. It's always available to me. Calibration. There are times when I don't see all that good. There are times when I get stuck in conditions, right? There are times when I make a mistake or the store makes a mistake. But for me to blame the store for me being unhappy is two wrong things instead of just one, because it's my responsibility for my own happiness and it's never somebody else's fault. So me blaming them, I've just made two wrongs trying to get it right, and it just doesn't work that way, right? So calibration. Abraham talks of several in the book, Asking It Is Given. There's like 22 processes in there to create this shift, this powerful shift in our consciousness from something's wrong to, wow, what a gift. This is great. One, list of positive aspects. And I start my day every day actually writing things that I appreciate about the day before, which is really recognizing positive aspects about situations and experiences that I had the day before. Begins to move my vibration upward, right? Sometimes when I'm struggling with my job or whatever, I'll sit down and write all the things I love about my job. And when I do, I begin to see more things I love about my job. And the more I line up with the things I love about my job, the more I experience things I love about my job, right? I do the same thing with my relationship, with my finances, with my vehicle that I drive, with my body, my own physical health. I'll sit down and I'll list out the things that I truly appreciate. There's always something. Another process she talks about is a focus wheel. Very similar. Put in the center of a page a little circle with exactly what you want in the middle of it. And then on the outside, begin to write down little things that you have in your life today, right now, that equal that vibration, right? I want to feel that I have unlimited resources at my disposal. I have numerous things. I have an apartment that I can easily pay the rent for. I have a car that's almost paid off that I can easily drive, that's easy to maintain. I have very good physical health, and it takes very little to maintain it. I eat wonderful food that's available to me and all of these things make me feel incredibly prosperous and incredibly abundant and very appreciative and grateful and blessed in my life the way it is right now. Most of us are trained. So become the consciousness of that which I desire. If I want more love, be more loving. If I want more joy, be more joy. If I want more prosperity, be more generous. Most of us were trained to be conditional thinkers. We were taught to accept what is as the way it is, right? We were. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's the facts. That's reality. Face it, right? Abraham says, don't face reality. I create my reality. Face what it is I desire in such a way that it can begin to become my reality. And that's everything that we've been talking about here. I can look at something as a curse, or I can look at it as a blessing. Both of them are always there. By nature, we are observers of appearances. Many of us weren't taught we are all powerful creators, that what we focus on becomes our experience, even if what we focus on is not something that we want more of. All is exactly as it is supposed to be. Ernest Holmes says, life is not something to be endured. It is to be lived in joy, in a fullness without limit. It's always reflecting a reflection of consciousness. Knowing is a gift, not a curse or a criticism. My highest good is always right where I am. It is who I am. It could be nowhere else, right? I just have to line up with it, and it will begin to become my experience. My greatest good is simply waiting my recognition and alignment with it, right? I can't blame the grocery store, at the same time feel incredibly free and prosperous in my ability to shop and have exactly what I want with such ease and grace, right? What I'm seeking is always seeking me. When I turn to the truth turns towards me, right? When I turn towards love, love turns towards me. When I turn towards ease and effortlessness turns towards me. My work is only to find a way to feel good. Ernest Holmes says, I live in the faith that there is a presence and a power greater than I am, that nurtures and supports me in ways I could not even imagine. I know that this presence is all-knowing and all-powerful, and is always right where I am. There is always a thought within reach that can begin to shift my energy and my vibration upward. And when I find it, another good feeling thought will always be close behind. And then another, and momentum builds, and my life begins to change. Bliss always lies within. Surrender to your bliss. It's time to laugh, to play, to sing, and to dance. Life is meant to be celebrated. Enjoy this Memorial Day weekend. I love you all. I bless you all. And so it is.